We survived the blizzard. Coffee on a Tuesday and Vlog 49. Life, often perfectly manageable, is sometimes subject to intense and revealing human moments. Moments when the inscrutable veil that is the exterior of ourselves suddenly becomes transparent, so that anyone in the vicinity who can see us can also see through us. You know what I mean. If you've ever been embarrassed or seen someone embarrassed, you know what I mean. The machinations behind the eyes, normally so swift and indecipherable, fall away, and you are left with a person so utterly and pathetically readable. We try our best to avoid moments like this. It's in our interest to be a mystery most of the time. In social relationships, people value unpredictability, so we're unpredictable. And there is no nakedness more naked than the experience of being figured out. But here at Nerdwriter Industries, we love this kind of moment because it tells us something about people, about naked people, and we love people at their most naked. No, wait, that came out wrong. Or did it? I live in New York City and I ride the subway every day. The subway, like a cafe, is a place where people are alone together. Most people read books or listen to music or just stare off into the middle distance. The subway is not a destination, it's a place between destinations, and we have no intention of making it a destination, so we all agree not to speak to one another. Now, one thing about the New York subway is that it does have panhandlers, homeless people down on their luck asking for money, and it's a pretty frequent occurrence, exacerbated, I'd imagine, by the state of the economy. These people, despite their misfortunes, wield an incredible power. When they come onto the train and give their speech, always practiced, always forceful, they create one of these intense and revealing human moments, and a subway car of 50 opaque souls becomes as transparent as clean water. As the downtrodden person, either with musical instruments, a sad-faced child, or an emaciated dog, comes down the subway car, hat in hand, they force each and every rider to confront their desperation. A couple give a few coins or $1, some look up and shake their heads. Most people just stare aggressively into their books or at their feet, ignoring and refusing this shameless person's existence. People on the subway don't want this. That's obvious. A beggar violates the agreed rules of the situation, not to interact. The fact is that this person, who may need food or money to house their children or money to pay for power, has presented the train car with an explicit moral problem. Should you give them money or not? Try as we might, there is no way once posed not to answer this question. I guess that the writer's intuitive dislike of being forced to do something in a place where they expect to do nothing is what influences most of them not to give, and make no mistake, most people don't. This echoes the theme of my last vlog. We use our reason to justify our feelings. If you're offended by this person to start, then here are some reasons not to give. Maybe they won't use the money for food, but instead for drugs. Maybe I'm making the problem worse. This is my money. I earned it. I worked hard for it. They have no right to that. I don't have enough money myself to be giving it away to others. Well, I only have a $5 bill in my wallet. If I had a $1 bill or some coins, I'd do it, but $5's too much. You know what? This will only perpetuate their homelessness. I know about these things. They need to get a job. I can't give every day. How much do they want from me? I'm not gonna solve their problems. It's useless to give it all. If your inclination, on the other hand, is to give, then you have to ask, should you give every time? And how much? And to whom? And knowing that beggars are going to be on the subway, should you be sure to have money with you always when you leave the house? Should you beat yourself up when you forget? Is it enough to deal with poverty only when it crosses your path? Should you be allowed to feel good about yourself if you give only once and it's only a dime? There are no easy answers to these questions, nor is there an easy answer to the first question, the one in the moment when they hold out their hand. All I can say is, try not to make the perfect the enemy of the good. What I do know is that the no stops this line of questioning in its tracks, while the yes opens up that vast moral web in which we are forced to consider the needs and desires of others, forced to confront and work out our messy responsibility in relation to everyone else. Still, the fact is, given the truth that almost everyone doesn't give, that there are a good number of people like me that decide that they should, but don't. I think this tension incites a valuable pain in our hearts, but I have to wonder, is it valuable enough?
It came upon capture secrets I knew